The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym, being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. And over here is my Jennifer Lopez to the Fly Girls.
Yes, I am a fly girl.
Matthew Martin Babine, my husband extraordinaire. Hi, friend.
I'm doing great.
How are you? I didn't ask you how you were. I just go, hi, friend. He goes, I'm doing great. How are you? See, this is so. Are you asleep?
No.
Come on.
I'm on my coffee.
You need to.
I'm not.
You need to like blow a line or something because some shit's going on.
Blow a line.
That was so 80s of me, wasn't it?
That was very 80s. Yes. Dangerous times.
Oh
dangerous
my God.
times.
So today we're going to be talking all about, is anxiety ambitious? I think you all know that that's not true. Anxiety is the opposite of being ambitious.
Opposite of being ambitious.
But if you do have anxiety, which I struggle on a daily basis with anxiety, I'm going to talk about how we can stop this madness. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of this podcast, I want to talk about our official sponsor, Prana Hair, Skin, and Lash in Milford, New Hampshire. Ayana and her staff at Prana are absolutely incredible. And this week she is offering all of our ambitious podcast betches $100 off a microblading session. Reach out to her and schedule your appointment and tell her that Katie from the Ambitchious Podcast sent you and receive your $100 discount. And you can hook up with Ayana at going to www.pranahairskinlash.com. And then secondly, I ask you to please, I'm begging you bitches, get your asses over to
Get over there.
iTunes.
Give us 5 stars.
Oh. And a written review. Not just 5 stars, because that's some bullshit. Review. That's called lazy ass ambitiousness.
Yes, because you won't get read unless you give it a review.
Yeah, read the review. I'll read the review.
Write the review.
Oh my God, man. I need a shot of something. Oh
I'm getting anxiety.
Dude, I'm talking about anxiety and I already can feel the anxiety coming up.
Maybe I'm your anxiety.
Maybe I do have anxiety.
No, maybe I'm your anxiety.
Oh my God, what if you are?
You're
like my Bill Murray.
Suck it up.
You're like my Bill Murray and What About Bob? So get on over to your Instagram stories, tag me and hashtag ambitchious, and obviously go over to iTunes and give us a 5-star written review. We will be forever grateful. You can follow me on Instagram at Katie Boyd Ambitchious. And third, I want to read this ambitious iTunes review of the week, and it is from Allie Chant, and she says, difference maker. Katie and Matt and this podcast have been a game changer for me. It has taught me to ask myself the right questions. It has given me the tools and strategies needed to increase my self-awareness, evaluate the quality and purpose of both my work and my relationships. The increased awareness has helped me to start developing healthy boundaries and remove toxic people from my life. Katie has a way of saying things that get through my hard head and all of my baggage. Katie, you are a difference maker. Thank you for sharing your gifts and experience. Much love for you and your mission. Thank you, Allie Chant.
That's awesome.
Email me at themisfitclub@gmail.com to redeem your $100 gift certificate to use towards anything KBMSC related. And last but not least, I want to remind you of a few things coming down the road. We have our next installment of the Ambitchious Business Mastermind coming up. Obviously, as you all know, because I've been toiling away, Ambitchious, the book, will be launching soon for pre-sale, and we will be doing a full book tour and Ambitchious masterclass all over the country. We have a bunch of awesome retreats all over the country coming up as well. So get over to www.kbmfc.com. You can go to my events page and check that out. And also sign up for our free weekly newsletter that I write every week from the bottom of my heart. It has such great inspiration, and you can keep in the loop of everything going on with me, the Ambitchious Movement, and Katie Boyd's Misfit Club. You ready to rock, buddy?
I am ready to rock.
Now that we got all that business stuff out of the way.
No, but I just always love hearing that the book is coming out. I'm so
crazy.
excited, right? It's going to be awesome.
Anyone that says they want to write a book is smoking the crack pipe. It was one of the hardest things I ever did.
And it's so good. I mean, it's like listening, when you read me chapters, it's like listening to audiobook.
Every chapter I read Matt, he just like doesn't say anything, and then at the end he goes, "That was so good. that was so
really
good.
That was really good."
And I'm like, Matt, you have to tell me the truth. He's like, "No, I mean it. It's so good."
I don't bullshit, because I'll be like, "Katie, what about this part or whatever?" And I have not had to say that. I did not even think that. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of people are going to love it. Millions of people are going to love this book.
That makes me happy. Yeah. That's my intention, because my definiteness of purpose is to help as many people all over the globe live life ambitiously. And I think that putting a book out there really spreads the word, because I cannot physically be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously 99% of my company is virtual, so people can coach and train with me and mentor with me from all over the world. But there's just something about being able to be like, here's the book, read the book, learn.
And to be able to have workshops after the book is released, which is really, really cool.
Right.
That's awesome.
Well, we're going to be doing that masterclass, which is going to be awesome too. Yep. And we're going to be hopefully going overseas. We have some cool things in the work.
Great stuff.
But here's the deal. And the reason why I wanted to talk about ambitious anxiety is because for me, like, I always just run high on anxiety anyway. That's just who I am. And I know that sounds unconscious to say that, but it's good. I just know myself. Like, I have anxiety, and I know that the anxiety is like always like trying to do better and do more and accomplish more and try to suck the marrow out of every day. And sometimes I forget just to like be in the now. And I know
you're good at taking yourself out of it. I mean, it's something. I mean, your upbringing, my upbringing, we weren't taught, right? So we had to learn these lessons later.
Yes.
You are actually really good now at taking yourself out of that anxiety and really looking at what's important to you.
Well, I thought I was, until the book stuff really ramped up.
Oh, no, I know all about the book stuff ramped up.
And, for me, like, I always want to be intellectual. I always want to be in the know. I always want to just be like in the flow. And I think that when you do something that you've never done before in your life, it triggers all of your shit that I'm stupid, I'm not enough, I'm a ding dong. I don't know how you guys out there in Ambitchious land feel, but that's how I have been feeling doing this book, because, you sit down and you write a book. And then you have someone who edits the book, who has maybe edited hundreds of New York Times bestselling books and is a ghostwriter and all these things. So she like knows her shit. Like, the bitch knows when to italicize a word, right? Like, all these little things that we take for granted, because for me, like, I wasn't a great student. I didn't become truly intellectual until I got older and I just sought knowledge constantly. Mm-hmm. But when I was a young person in school, I didn't like it. I don't like people telling me what to read, and I want to do what I want to do.
Right.
It's one of my.
I'm the same way. I was like, why am I learning this? I'm
never going to use this friggin', y over x plus b equals c or whatever the hell. Like, I just am not. That's not in my repertoire.
Right.
So when you hire this editor, you put your heart and soul on the line and you send her your book. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, this isn't really a book. This is a stream of consciousness. And I'm like, oh, like you shit your pants. Right. And then you're like, I'm not enough. I'm stupid. Who was I to even write this book? Right. Yep. And she's like, no. Let's break it down. And so what we did was every week we broke down the book into one chapter at a time. I'd send her the chapter. She would edit it. She'd send it back to me with the edits. I'd okay the edit. So then it kind of started to become like kind of fun. Yeah. Because I'm like, this is really cool.
Now. Well, you didn't know. You never wrote a book before.
And God forbid I Google how to write a book.
Yeah,
that would be stupid.
That wouldn't help you.
That would be so dumb. Like, I see friends of mine that are authors like on Instagram, and they have like this wall in their office with all their notes for like each chapter. And I'm like, that's a fucking smart move. Why didn't I do that? Right?
Awesome.
So what I kind of did is I put all my 6 life makers and breakers from Ambitchious all together, and I just started kind of like riffing. So as I'm getting the chapters back for the book, thanks for coughing in my ear.
Sorry about that.
You're so sweet.
I have allergies. I told you about my allergies.
You need to take some meds. Okay.
I don't like to take meds. I can fight it myself.
God, I need some friggin' antibacterial wipes.
I would.
put you in a full
Dose
body
yourself in
condom.
Perel.
So as I'm writing this book, all right, so now I'm triggered by this situation. And then she says to me, okay, Katie, you need a cover artist. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that is. You need a formatter. What the hell is that? Then you have to pick out what font you want to use. What color paper do you want your book to be? What is the length of the spine of the book? How big is it? How many words is it? I'm like, pump the brakes. Because like if you asked me to write you a meal plan, you asked me to do life coaching with you, you asked me to like give you workout videos, like I can do that all damn day.
But you got to the point where it's like, look, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I know it looks right. I know it looks great, right? So then you start chunking away at it.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with this.
I'm just saying that you did.
No, but what I'm saying,
you came off the anxiety.
No, I didn't. I was having like literal blackout, dizzy panic attacks for the last like month. Where the fuck have you been?
I know all about the blackout attacks. I always just bring you back.
What world are you living in? You don't bring me back. Magic. You give me more anxiety, dude. You're giving me fucking anxiety right now because you're not following the bouncing ball.
I'm following the ball.
What world are we living in? Matthew.
My world.
I literally had like 6 months of anxiety attacks.
Okay. And I know it's, and you're over them.
No, I'm not. I'm going to stab you to death.
You can't have anxiety and laugh at the same time. So I don't see any
I don't have anxiety right now, but what I'm saying to you is when I'm literally like dizzy and I'm blacking out in the house when you're not home and like you're going to come home and Pearl's going to be eating me because I'm dead. Because that's like my biggest fear is to die in my house and my dog to eat me because she runs out of food.
She will eat you. I mean, I'm not going to be gone that long. Where am I going? God. Africa?
All right. No one pay attention to Matt anymore on this podcast. He's actually never coming back after today. We're kicking him off the Ambitchious podcast. God. You need to get your own damn podcast, Matt.
Stop threatening me. I'll be here.
Anywho, so back to anxiety. No, listen, I'm going to stab you in the jugular and I will watch you bleed out and you know that will happen.
See this threats? Keep this on file.
Anyways, so in the midst of all this book writing bullshit that I've been triggered that I'm not enough. My butthole is puckering right now because I'm going to stab you. I started to realize that there were things that I was doing that were triggering my anxiety other than the not feeling enoughness. Mm-hmm. So here are my things, and this is how we're going to fix them. Okay. Do you want to teach everybody at home?
No, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to you, and then I'll tell you how I work with my anxiety.
Okay. I go outside, I put my hands down my pants, and I smoke a cigar.
Helps.
I'm going to start doing that. I'm just going to start smoking cigars and putting my hands down my pants.
Helps.
The podcast is over. All right. So here's the 5 things that I've been struggling with. And I had to come to terms with saying, you know what? These are things that I know that I have to do because I run high on anxiety. And when I don't do these things, they trigger my anxiety more. Are we here with that?
Yes, I
Awesome.
got you. Yeah.
Exercise. So when I have a million things to accomplish and deadlines and people are breathing down my neck, the last thing I want to do is exercise, right? It's like the last thing I want to do is because I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, Katie, you're going to do your rituals. You're going to go exercise. You're going to come home and meditate. And then you're going to write A, B, C, and D, right? And then what happens is I get up in the morning and I'm having my coffee and I'm like, oh, God, I really should be writing. I really should be finishing that chapter. I really should be editing that. And then what? I don't go to the gym.
Yeah. But thank God that doesn't happen often. So now that you are in that mode where you just go to the gym and say, I don't care, because you know the minute you work out, you're going to feel 150% better.
Amen.
Energy's going to flow more.
Yes.
Endorphins are released, right? So you feel much in 150 times better state to sit there and write and create. And I think you don't have an anxiety after that.
It's integrity too. Because when I'm chipping away at my integrity, so if I say, I'm going to get up and I'm going to exercise because it feels good and I like the way it feels, it gives me my dopamine, then I don't do it. It's like I'm chipping away every week at my integrity.
Absolutely.
And then when my integrity is chipped away, then I get anxiety.
Yeah, and when you do something, what did it put you in a place of, I actually did what I was going to say, so now you're empowered to take on the next task.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You should try working out once in a while. It would really help you.
I'm working on it.
Actually, you're better than me sometimes, I'll tell you. All right, this is from Matt Babine. This is stay hydrated.
Oh, hydration is key, right?
Listen.
I mean, the brain is mostly water.
Yes.
And if I get...
Well, your brain is.
Well, my brain is full of smatness because I drink...
See the wicked smat, Matt.
A wicked smat. So, no, you have to stay hydrated because I used to get aggravated, frustrated.
Cunty.
You can say that. I'm not going to say that.
Well,
bitchy and not being ambitious.
Like Matt will be so mean to me and I'm like, have you drank any water today? He's like, no. And then he like goes and drinks and he's like, I feel better already. I'm like,
And it's so important, and especially when you speak a lot. I didn't realize how much you burn off of water when you're speaking a lot and you're teaching classes and I'm presenting either with my healthcare at regional.
Yes.
You're just getting rid of all this water. So it's really important to stay hydrated.
Yeah, when I do like full day seminars, I get so dehydrated and I can feel myself like inside like shaking. And you were the one, I don't know if it was like a couple months ago, you were like, are you staying hydrated when you're writing this book? Are you like drinking water? And I'm like, I think in my mind I am, because I'm really actually good with my water.
Yes, you are.
But when you get into that flow state and you just start writing and you start doing, you're like, oh shit, I haven't drank water all day long. And I love coffee. So I'll have like 2 cups of black coffee in the morning, and then the afternoon I'll have a cup of coffee.
Which
and
it's a
diuretic, so it dehydrates you more. And I started realizing like, oh my God. So at the end of the day, I would get like these fluttery feelings. I'm not talking about like butterflies, like I said it, like this inner like shaking. And then I would start feeling like out of it and like kind of mean. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? And you're like, dude, are you dehydrated? And I was like, holy shit, I think I am. So if you're experiencing bouts of anxiety throughout the day and you're not drinking at least, 2 to 3 liters of water, I mean, people will say 8 ounces for whatever, but I shoot for a gallon a day. I know you can't do that.
Well, I'm in a car, and I work in Boston. So if I'm in a car in Boston, I'm stuck in traffic.
We have to get you one of those pee-pee funnels.
I'll be wetting my pants quite a bit, and it's like that's usually when I get dehydrated.
You know they have those pee-pee funnels, right?
Oh, that would be just wonderful.
No, they have these things that you pee into when you're driving. Yeah, it's like got a hose.
Really?
Yeah, we should get one on Amazon today.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, yeah. You know me. Oh, I can't even drink a cup of coffee without spilling on my shirt. I'll be coming to my next.
Oh my God, urine everywhere.
My next sales appointment, and I'll be coming in there with a big stain.
Oh my God, all the doctors will be like, "Did Matt Babine just smell like pee a little bit?"
That wouldn't be good. I don't think that would be good for my career.
No, I don't think so.
That. Yeah, I'll just hold it.
That was going to be your Christmas gift, but forget it now.
It was funny because I scuba dived. One time I was scuba diving with Karina. I think we were in Maui. And we were going scuba diving. I didn't drink a lot of water. I actually, with the heat and everything, putting the gear on and all that stuff, I actually was underwater, had a slight panic attack. And I just talked myself through it. But I think, thank God it was a shallow dive. It was only about 35, 40 feet. But still, it started closing in on me. Oh. And I was like, oh my God, I wonder what happened to me, because I love scuba diving. I love being under there.
Right.
And I followed the tracks. I'm like, I didn't drink enough water.
Yeah.
I did not drink any water that day. And out in the sun and putting all that gear on. And the next one was the second dive we were going to go do. And I was like just sucking down so much water.
Absolutely.
And I just felt so much better and much calmer. So it really does mess with your brain and emotions.
Because I know, because you'd get bitchy
or panic attacky or whatever. So hydration's big time. Important.
Do you think a lot of people are walking around like that have anxiety and they're like, oh, I have anxiety? Do you think a lot of people are just like,
people don't drink water and they don't take big breaths? So they're shallow. They're shallow breathing all day. They're sitting in their cubicle. They're sitting down. They never get up and actually take a huge breath and breathe like 3 or 4 times.
I didn't even put that on here, but that's a great point.
Yeah,
the breathing part. Well, you're a breathing king.
Well, I'm learning how to do certain type of breathing, meditative breathing and power breathing and different things. And it was funny because my teacher goes to me, most people don't think of breath. They think it's the most important thing when you come into this earth, and it's the last thing you do when you go out.
Yeah.
And everything else is in between, and you're not giving it any thought.
Totally.
And I was like, holy shit, you're so right. I didn't even understand that, but that is so true.
Yeah.
And now when I'm doing this work, it's kind of cool that I'm paying attention to breath. And, I think it definitely helps with anxiety.
Thank you for that. That was nice. Thank you for coming to the Ambitchious podcast today and adding a little something.
Yeah. It's about time.
I really appreciate it.
It's about time, but now I'm done. Now I'm just here with my coffee.
Number 3, this is hugely helpful for me. Eat a therapeutic ketogenic nutrition protocol. So every so often when I go off the rails, which happens every so often, especially like I'll be so perfect. My food will be so perfect all week. I'll feel so good, so high vibe. And then this little devil on my shoulder over here to the right-hand side of me will be like, I really just want to go and eat some chicken parm. And I'm like, Matt, I don't think that's a good idea. And he's like, please, I want some chicken parm. So then I'll go, and as we're driving into the restaurant, I'll say, I'm just going to have a Caesar salad with no croutons, and I'm just going to have shrimp on it or salmon or whatever.
Sounds
and then as soon as I start seeing him mow on that friggin' loaf of Italian bread slathered with butter, I'm like, all bets are off. Like I could smell
Oh, it's delicious.
Right?
But yes, but it's not ketogenic.
So then I go off the rails,
Yeah.
and then the next day, I swear to God, ask my friend over here, I'm literally like so depressed.
Carbohydrates don't agree with you.
Oh,
at
no,
all.
no.
At all.
So depressed. I get such bad anxiety. I'm like, why am I even here? What's the point of life? Matt's like, dude, you need to lay off the carbs. I'm like, but I know you don't own me.
I don't tell you to eat the carbs.
But when you're eating it, it looks so good.
It's delicious, but I don't, my body's different than yours. I can handle the carbs. I just get fatter.
Yeah.
I don't have anxiety from it. I have anxiety if I can't
I get
carbs
fatter and I have
every now and
anxiety
then.
and depression from carbohydrates. So for me, and I'm not telling you guys what to do out there, but you are listening to the Ambitchious podcast, so I am going to tell you my opinion. Therapeutic Keto is number one. So what I do, and if you guys haven't listened to other installments of the Ambitchious podcast where we've actually talked about a ketogenic lifestyle, for me, every day I get up, I have my 2 cups of black coffee, and I fast all day long. I drink water, I drink coffee, herbal teas and things like that, and I have one meal at night, and that meal is therapeutically ketogenic. And what I mean by that is I'm not eating what people call dirty keto and all this fake keto shit. It might work for you. It doesn't work for me. If I'm eating things with the fake sugars in it and all these different things, I don't know. It just doesn't make me feel good either. But if I'm eating a protein, like a butcher box, ribeye, fatty steak, and I put some Kerrygold grass-fed butter on that, and I have a side of asparagus, I am
It's delicious.
I am
you're on
good.
point. You're on point big time.
And as soon as I put sugar in my body or gluten in my body, I am more fucked up than a soup sandwich.
But you don't even know that until you actually eliminate that stuff. Remember I told you when I met you, and I was I felt my body was just achy. And I'm like, oh, I'm just getting old. This is what it is.
I was like, no, you eat so much gluten, dude.
I was eating gluten, and I had a severe allergy to gluten, and I gave up the gluten, and all of a sudden I felt like I was really in a new body.
Even Matt was like, well, I just drink vodka, and vodka's there's no carbs. I'm like, yeah, but what kind of vodka are you drinking? Because the vodka that you were drinking was Grey Goose, and Grey Goose is made with wheat.
With wheat, yes.
So now you drink Tito's.
Yep.
Which is made with corn, but there's other ones. There's ones made with grape, Ciroc, and different things like that. So, he thought he was doing. I'm drinking just straight vodka. I should be fine. I'm like, no, dude.
No sugar.
And then I took all that out, and you were like, oh, I feel amazing.
It still is inflammatory. So even the vodka with nothing, it still affects you.
I'm so glad you're reiterating
Not
this.
me. I'm all set, but it may affect you.
Matt will say, pasta just doesn't affect me. I'm like, but you don't know what it's doing to your insides, the inflammation.
Yes.
And I think that for me, the inflammation and the carbohydrates and the sugar, it causes what we think is anxiety, but it's not. It's just the side effects of eating that stuff that doesn't agree with my body's chemistry.
And my body's sensitive.
Yes,
for this stuff,
we know.
big time.
Last night I fed him cauliflower rice, and his stomach looked about 9 months pregnant by the end of dinner. And he was like, I can't eat this cruciferous shit. What the fuck? I'm like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, well,
You're killing me over here. That stuff was my stomach was out to the head. I go, what the hell? I'm eating healthy?
He looked like when Arnold Schwarzenegger was pregnant in that movie.
I felt like the blueberry girl in Willy Wonka.
Yeah, you were Violet.
Somebody freaking popped me. And I go, if I'm going to feel like this, I'm going to eat fucking spaghetti.
I need my Oompa Loompas to take you to the juicing room.
Oh, God.
So if you think that you have anxiety and you're eating sugar and you're eating gluten and you're eating all these inflammatory things, go on a ketogenic meal plan, even if it's just for a week, and see the shift.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And even for me, once a week, I'll do an extended fast. I'll do a 48-hour fast. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, the amount of work and the focus and the feeling of just pure, relaxation inside myself is amazing. As soon as I put junk in my body, it's through the roof, the anxiety.
Absolutely.
Your favorite, meditation.
Yes.
Hasn't meditation helped your anxiety?
Different person from pre-meditation to post-meditation. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It helps me with everything.
Matt was a psychopath.
Psycho.
What were you like before?
My daughter goes, Karina goes, Dad, thank God you started to meditate because you were like a maniac.
What were you like? You used to kick the shoes?
I'd come down the stairs in the morning. I'd kick the shoes out of my way. I'd be like, ah.
This is pre-Katie Boyd. This is pre-KB.
And I was just I was a mess. And I thought I was supposed to do certain things. I just never really sat with myself, and I never really thought about where I was going and what I was doing.
Because we're in a constant state of doing all the time and not just being.
And I was in reactive mode. So
Absolutely.
I was in reactive mode all the time. And anyone that's in reactive mode and doing things, I got to do this, got to do this, got to do that, and not doing it with intention, it sucks your soul.
Absolutely.
And I think my soul was being sucked for a long time. And when I started to meditate, I started to really become more on purpose and thoughtful while I was doing things. Right. It kind of gave me some time.
I used to kick the golf bag.
That was funny because I was like laughing because every day Katie would leave for work, she'd put on her Lululemon like it was armor that she was going to war. And I met some of the girls we were working with. You were actually in war. You were right.
No idea, dude. Those were not my best days.
And then she'd leave. This is when you lived in Dedham.
Yeah.
And she'd leave, and she had golf clubs right next to her door. And she'd kick them. She's like, I never have time for the golf. And I'd be like, kicking the golf clubs? Kicking the golf? Every morning she'd give it a swift kick. But
I would.
Now you get time to golf. And
Who am I? Who was I? What a psychopath.
We were crazy. I was crazy too.
I always meditate, as do you.
Yes.
But there's times like when we're traveling that I get so wrapped up in like the newness of what we're doing because I'm going speaking in another state or, and even, on the other side of the country. Yes. And I'm like trying to figure it all out. And then I'm like not meditating. And then I notice if I do that for a couple days, all of my old anxiety patterns will rise up again.
Yes.
God, how are we even alive? We're just walking around like fucking poor bastards, aren't we?
Speak for yourself. I'm a poor bastard on my own. Hey, but I think we're working on, now how do we really, when we travel, intentionally travel. So this is where we're going to be meditating. This is when we're going to work out. This is when we're going to, where we're going to eat.
Yes.
If we're going to eat off campus or
being super intentional with everything that we do.
You have to be, or else.
Because when I'm not intentional, that's when I get anxiety.
Yes, exactly.
God, everything just gives me anxiety.
Anxiety. I'm anxiety
I'm a frazzled fuck.
Pull yourself together.
Jesus, someone slap me. So meditation, guys, if you're not already doing it, you don't have to go and learn in a Buddhist monastery. You can learn how to meditate on your own. You can Google how to do it. It doesn't have to be that big of a deal. You can do guided meditations. It doesn't have to be transcendental meditation. Okay, guys? So meditation's key. And then last but not least, my favorite, living in the moment. So often we're so trapped by thoughts of the future and the past that we forget to experience the now. And when we are in a constant state of perseverating on the past and the future, we can in turn experience the feelings of anxiety. So instead of getting caught up in the trap, relish and luxuriate on what you are doing in the present moment. So savor the moment now. So example, Thich Nhat Hanh. Who's a Vietnamese monk who I absolutely adore. I love his teachings. I just read all his books and he's just so wonderful. But he was talking about drinking the tea. You drink the tea, you smell the tea, you put the tea in your mouth, you sip it, you taste it, you do all these things, right? It's not just like, you're sucking the tea down so you can get back to the next thing that you're going to be doing, right?
Because then you're going to go from the tea to the next thing and you're going to be thinking about how do I get through that and how do I get through this and how do I just get through my life? Just throw me in the box, right?
Sooner or later, we're all going to be on the box because we're just trying to get through it.
Don't get through it, right?
Right. So being in the present moment. So no matter if you're in traffic or you're writing your book, be like, even when I'm writing, I'm like, okay, Katie, be here writing this book now. You have this one opportunity. This is the first time you've ever written a book. Like savor the writing of the book because the book will get done. The book will be packaged. The book will be sold. Right. And that's the future. Don't even think about that because I think that was another reason why the book was like triggering me because I was like, okay, I'm writing this book and then I have to think about all these other things that go along with writing the book instead of just being there.
You can only do one thing at a time and do it well.
Absolutely. Like you with your hands down your pants, smoking your cigar. Okay.
Yes, that is true.
So I hope that helps all of you out there in Ambitchious Land that deal with daily anxiety because Lord knows I do and I've struggled with it for many years, but these things are helping me and I hope that they help you too. So thank you for being crusaders of this ambitious movement. And like I always say, see you next Tuesday.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.